Hello and welcome. My name is Rachel Coletta. I am a psychic intuitive and energy healer, and in today's video I am going to be talking all about what to do about hidden agendas. So this feels really relevant and applicable to where we're at now. Specifically, there is a lot that is coming up that is being revealed around hidden agendas as they relate to the Illuminati, the Cabal, the deep state, and there's a lot of fresh new discourse coming up about it. There are a lot of new curious people who are exploring these ideas and these themes and are looking behind the curtain. So it's really, really important with all of this additional energy around this information to be really clear in what we can actually do about this information. So that's what we're going to be going over here in this video. And I also want to, before we dive in here, mention that I think that this time more than ever is so important for us to be working with developing our intuition and our intuitive skills, our discernment, the awakening of the heart. The heart is a barometer to be able to determine truth from untruth, resonance from those things that are not resonant. So to support you in doing that, I have a free workshop that is all about spirit guides, which are just expressions of your multidimensional soul, aspects of your knowing. So this workshop talks about spirit guides. It gives you an introduction into spirit guides, and it also includes a guided meditation to help you in connecting with your own guides and practicing that connection. So if that resource would be helpful for you right now with where you're at in your journey, I will be sure to link it below. You can also go to my website, rachelcoletta.com, and right on the homepage you will see the access to that workshop. So let's dive in. I want to begin by level setting. I fully support speaking up, shining light into places of shadow, and I also fully support us being really, really aware of our energy and when it feels good to dive into shadow and when it feels good to step back and be responsible stewards of our own energy through taking a break or taking a pause or taking some time to recalibrate. So I fully support you and your process and whatever feels good to you. There's no pressure here, and your pace is completely okay and perfect for you when it comes to exploring and opening yourself up to revealing collective shadow and hidden agendas. That said, as it feels good to you, as it feels empowering to you, we do need more people speaking up and actually talking about this information, talking about what is festering in shadows, talking about these hidden agendas and what is going on behind the scenes. It is understanding and seeing is awareness, is part of our collective awakening and part of our collective process, and really being able to heal and more specifically anchor in our highest timelines, our highest pathways forward through clearing this energy and stepping into our highest love and forgiveness and healing and light. So as you feel called to share, please do so. And something else that I want to mention is an invitation to really bring a lot of awareness and consciousness into the words and the terms we use while we have these conversations and this discourse, while we share these ideas and this knowledge. So I see a lot of times people who are not yet ready to explore hidden agendas and explore these energies and dynamics will term the people who are and who are sharing as conspiracy theorists. And this term is just this easy way for us to lump people into a group, make them one of those people, and so that we don't have to hear them or listen to them or witness them if the information feels uncomfortable. And conversely, people who are exploring these topics will tend to call people who are not at a place where they're ready to explore these energies yet sheeple, or the normals, or the normies. And that's really dismissive, and again, it puts people into this group where it's easy to just lump them all together and write them off as being unawake or being less than. And none of those from neither side are these terms and these labels helpful in helping us come together and helping to dissolve separation and really promoting discussion. If you can just call someone a term that suddenly makes them one of those people, then you don't have to listen to anything that they have to say. You know, there's not that common ground to really sit together and have a dialogue and get to see things from each other's perspective, which is really the invitation that we are that is being extended to us right now, galactically, cosmically, evolutionarily, is to come together and to release these ideas of separation. So, hidden agendas. Let's level set. What is an agenda? What does it mean to have an agenda? So an agenda comes from the Latin word agendum, which means act or to act. So there's nothing inherently sinister about having an agenda. Sometimes this word agenda gets pinned to someone like a badge, like it's some sort of a witch hunt here. So an agenda, there's nothing bad about having agenda. It's just a motivation to act. Where the wariness comes in, where the shadow comes in, where the unconsciousness comes in, is around hidden agendas. So hidden agendas where there's not transparency, often have a selfish or a self-serving motive and are using manipulation or deceit for their own selfish intentions or selfish actualizations of this agenda. So that's where the wariness again comes in. And if you are a brand newbie to this topic or this idea of hidden agendas, I'm going to include a quick bullet pointed list that you can use your intuition or use your curiosity to just start exploring and discovering these threads. This is not an inclusive list by any means, but if you're interested, this is a good list to start getting you started on your own detective journey of uncovering. And I also really want to mention here that it is very, very important for us to realize that we do not need to know everything, every little detail about what others are doing in shadows to root in our own safety, our own security, our own free choice to stand in our sovereignty and power, or to begin transmuting the energy associated with these agendas. Again, I fully support opening ourselves up to truth and awareness and using what we find to integrate our own shadow. That's really the key here, and to see more of us, ourselves, to use this contrast of what we notice, what we observe, as a tool to clarify for us what we wish to create. But it is safe for us to release any obsessive tendencies to need to know everything. We can trust our own revealing process and the pace that feels aligned and natural to you. Sometimes I see with exploring these hidden agendas, it almost can become like the energy of like a gossip circle where we just need to know every little detail and share and pass along every little detail. And it starts to feed this energy of our own desire for drama or chaos. So it's okay to not know every single little detail. You don't need to know that to be in your power, to transmute the energy, and to start speaking and sharing. It's safe for you to share whatever you know now when it feels good to you. You don't have to know all of the details or all of the information to begin speaking. What we want to do is open space that we can fill with the intention to see and know in accordance with our highest good. That highest good energy is especially important here. So in meditation, in the quiet space that we create for ourselves throughout our day, taking deep breaths and consciously opening up space and imbuing the energy of that space with a desire to understand and see for our highest good and for the highest good of all. And as things begin to filter into our awareness, right? When we set that intention, when we create that imbued space, it's like a lock and key mechanism where the energy of the question that you ask, of the intention that you set, will attract the exact match, the exact answer to that question, or the exact knowing to match that intention. And when that knowing and when that awareness begins to come in with these hidden agendas, what you will likely notice is there will be an initial emotional reaction of fear, of panic, anger, grief, maybe helplessness. And that initial reactionary energy, we want to set the intention to allow that energy to move through us, to not get stuck, to not resist it, or to not use that initial reactionary energy as the motivator, as the driver of our voice. So after responsibly caretaking and feeling the reactionary emotions that come up in response to what we see and what is revealed, this is where our detective skills come in. This is where we put on our intuitive detective hat. And the way that we do that is through uncovering and following the underlying energetic threads of the agenda. And we can only really do this once we've allowed and properly caretaken those initial reactionary emotions. So what do I mean by this? First, we want to examine energetically. Can you feel their heart? The people who are being implicated in these agendas, certain tech billionaires and moguls, certain politicians, certain people in the upper echelons of the entertainment industry, etc., etc. Because make no mistake, as humanity really dives into exploring these hidden agendas, there will be false accusations. There will be ways in which it turns into a bit of a witch hunt. So we want to step into our power of discernment, the power of our heart, and we learn to feel into whether or not we can feel someone else's heart by becoming really familiar with feeling into our own. And I have a video about discernment. It's specifically about discernment as it relates to connecting with spirit guides, but this same idea and the same process works here as well. So I'll be sure to link that below if you'd like some support in learning about how to really open your heart to use its full power of discernment. But your first big clue is, can you feel the heart of this person? If there's a blockage with the heart, if it almost feels like there's an energetic boundary or line, or the heart feels very vacant or heavy, or that space just feels cold, that is a huge red flag. So then the second step is to examine the energy of the agenda itself, of what is happening, what is going on, specifically that energy. What point of view does it imply about the person with the agenda? So some examples that I've noticed as I've felt into this around certain hidden agendas that have come into my awareness, some of the energy I've noticed behind those agendas has been lack or scarcity, separation, fear of death, fear of the unknown, not feeling safe, fear of annihilation, disempowerment, an impulse to control, conflagration with control and power, pain, emptiness, that's a big one too, beliefs about status or hierarchy, addictions or addictive behavior, fear or shame around being found out or being viewed as bad or being viewed as weak. So once you feel into the energy of the agenda and you identify what energetic threads are running through that energy, the next step is to ask yourself, where do I hold energetic vibrations, meaning beliefs, fears, patterns of actions or reactions, patterns of avoidance, of suppression around a similar type of energy? How is that showing up for you? Where are there places internally of resonance? Where are my blind spots? Can I create a still open space for awareness with my personal resonance to arise? And if that's something that you would like support in or you'd like information about, as well as a specific process for that, I have a shadow work masterclass that I have available on my channel as well that I will also link below, that will walk you through everything that you need to know to be able to confidently and from a place of empowerment work with, witness, transmute, and integrate your shadow. So then we also want to ask ourselves, can I create space to show these parts of me allowance, love, maybe even forgiveness? Can I just sit with these parts of me that I find less desirable or that I have the inclination to want to avoid or suppress? Do I believe these aspects of myself deserve punishment or annihilation? And again, there's no wrong answer here. This isn't about what answers arise. It's just about creating space for those answers. So again, the really large overarching theme of initiation that we're moving through right now in regards to these hidden agendas is the invitation to dissolve the idea of separation, the willingness to take responsibility for our own creator power in the reality that we exist in, and to understand that as we clear, as we forgive, and as we show love to these aspects of ourselves, we do it for the collective. We offer these energies and these higher timelines to the collective. We widen and broaden those paths. So this is not at all being a martyr or carrying the weight of others' actions on your back. That's not at all what I'm suggesting. What I am inviting or suggesting is taking responsibility for where you see resonance that is showing up in your own experience. And the really, really beautiful thing about this line of detective work, about approaching detective work with hidden agendas in this way, is it moves us straight out of disempowerment into our power. It's this automatic vibrational shift that happens when, instead of sitting on the sidelines, being an observer, watching everything, looking at what's going on out there, you become a conscious participant. You put yourself in the game, and you become a player who wants to participate, who wants the ball, who wants to interact, and interact from a place of lovingly transmuting and anchoring in our highest love, good, and our highest light. So let me give you a quick rundown of the bonuses of exploring hidden agendas in this way, or making this practice a part of your exploration and exploring hidden agendas. Is, again, it dissolves separation. It heals for the collective by healing for yourself. And this is exactly what alchemy is. As within, so without, as above, so below. It puts you square in your power, and it gifts you with clarity, and which is a very, very potent place to speak your truth from. So once you're in this place of clarity, of understanding, of self-love, that is a very, very potent and powerful place for you to begin speaking from. It will be easy for you to know what you feel pulled to say, when you feel pulled to say it, and to do so from a place of surrender and release to others' reactions, to do so from a place of releasing the need for others to see exactly what you see, for others to understand exactly what you understand, and for others to need to be in the exact same spot that you're in. Now, I would love to hear from you below. As you've been exploring hidden agendas, or as hidden agendas have come into your awareness, what sort of energetic threads or undercurrents have you noticed? I would love to hear below. The more we bring the energy of what's actually driving these shadows up into the light, up into our awareness, the more we're able to collectively see what these threads are, where there are places of resonance, and actually meaningfully begin to transmute these energies. So I would love to hear from you what you have noticed. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your courage, your heart, your willingness and openness to see, to be a way shower and a light worker and a torch bearer during this really, really important time that we are moving through. If you liked this video, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. You can also hit that little bell button right next to the subscription button so you're notified every time that I make a new video. Till next time, sending you all of my love and gratitude. Bye.